Your world right now, only on Rogers Television, Durham Region.
Hi, I'm Les Shaw.
Hi, I'm Deb Cormier.
Welcome back to another episode of the Computer Mechanics Reloaded. Okay, now Reloaded basically means that we're back again.
We're back.
You know, I think about when we started years ago, when we first did this, it was to show you guys how neat it was to be able to scan in a black and white photo. Like, wow, isn't this neat? You can get it from a scanner.
Is that what you originally did?
You know, we did the show originally for fun.
You guys are boring.
No, it was for fun. It was to do the show for fun. Mm-hmm. This time around, the reason why we're Reloaded is to actually show people how to make the most out of their computer.
Right.
Or to at least keep it working. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, let's go for a week in review. I mean, we've had tons of questions this week from all kinds of people. Anything that sticks out in your mind?
Basically, how do I get my emails back out of Outlook Express after a new reload? And
that's actually from one of the users that's on there.
Actually, it is, but we get asked that all the time. Oh, how do I get my emails back?
Realistically, the best thing
is... So many people have, logins and passwords and things that are all saved in emails and nowhere else.
That's a really good one. Big one this week that we found out was nobody knows what their password is for anything.
True.
You know, like a gentleman came in, I talked to him about AVG. Okay, and how I like it as a free antivirus program. And I had also mentioned, because he had seen a previous show where we had said that, the Rogers Yahoo one is great. It's quiet, it runs in the bottom corner, he agreed with me. And then I said, okay, well, you know what, we can load this
So you
Rogers
found
Yahoo.
one person to agree with you?
No, probably one person that's watching the show, and we're doing it all for him.
One person.
Okay, one watching the show.
Nobody else does.
Okay, so the Rogers Yahoo, to get it, you actually have to sign in, so you have to know what your password is for your primary Rogers account, or at least your email account.
Which you set up 4 years ago, and you have no idea anymore what it is.
It's so amazing how many people don't know passwords for certain things. Now, I'll tell you right now, then, if you don't know your password, find it out. If it's with Rogers or with another internet service provider, you actually call them on the telephone and say, they're going to ask you all the information. They're going to try and make sure that you are you.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
They're going to want to know your postal code, your mother's maiden name, your favorite pet, all of that stuff, just to make sure that somebody's not calling up out of the blue to get your password. So it's
posing to be you,
You're going to go through a lot, including voicemail, and pushing whatever button you have to push on that phone to find out what your password is.
About 8 on the Richter scale for frustration.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you will get to where you want to go.
You were on the phone with internet service provider today, I mean, for like 3 hours on the telephone. Best thing in the world, speakerphone. You go on hold, especially if you got good music on hold, right? You put the speakerphone on
and listen.
It was classical.
It was horrid.
You know the worst thing is? You finally get into a song they're playing on the voicemail, and they pick up the phone. And you kind of want to go back on hold so you can finish the song.
Yeah, can you put me on hold till the song's over?
Okay, so the biggest one for me this week happens to be a lady that had her computer reloaded, and she wants to know how to get programs back. So Windows Media Player, I'm going to launch that on the computer. So let me wiggle my mouse here, and I wiggled the mouse because I'm going to launch Windows Media Player. I got a lot of programs loaded on my computer, as you can see.
You need a cleanup there, pal.
Well, I'm going to show them today how to clean up your computer to make it run better.
You definitely need it.
And I've cleaned up my system, I think so.
Sure.
I think my start menu needs to be a little bit adjusted, but this is Windows Media Player. Now, the neatest thing is you got a library, you can rip songs, you can burn songs, all those different things.
Yep.
It's got a guide built into it. It's a really nice application to control your audio, your video, okay?
Actually, it makes it very easy. I took my whole CD collection and actually ripped it all down to MP3s, and it was so easy. You put the CD in, and bam, it knows what to do. And
by ripping, what it's doing is taking each individual song and making an MP3 player, so that you can then transport it onto your iPod or your MP3 player.
Which is why I did it.
Extremely important nowadays.
Yes.
So I bring this up because Windows Media Player should launch when you double-click on an MP3 player. Up comes Windows Media Player.
On
Okay.
an MP3 file.
You should be able to click on a video either on the net or on your PC, and up comes Windows Media Player. What
That's
happens
providing
though?
they're running Windows.
Yeah, and for the
Yeah.
most part, they're going to be running Windows. Windows 98, Windows ME, Windows 95, Windows XP, Windows 2000. They all will allow you to run Windows Media
They all
Player,
have Media Player.
which will handle most of your media content.
Right.
Okay. Now, the reason I bring this up is I'm going to maximize it here. Is that sometimes when you load another application, AOL, for example, okay,
A real player.
Real Player.
That's-
what
yeah.
it will do is the last package that you install on your computer will try and take control of the file format or
Actually,
the file
they-
type.
Yeah, they don't try, they do.
They just go ahead and do it.
Yeah, they don't even ask you.
So after you've installed these applications, the next time you go to double click on an MP3 or a video, all of a sudden you're launched into AOL or Real Player. You're not launched into the application
QuickTime.
or QuickTime. You know, here's how you fix that. What you do is you do what I did. You click on Start Programs. You launch your Windows Media Player.
Yep.
Okay. Once you've done that, you're going to get a lovely screen like this, probably a little bit different, which will take them to their website that'll download what's happening nowadays.
Right.
Or even the guide, right, which comes directly off the internet.
So
Once-
show us how to change the file format.
Okay, I'm going to stay on the right basis. I'm going to click on Tools in the top corner.
Yes.
And I'm going to go down here to Options. Okay? When you do that, you're going to find that there's a field here called File Types.
Pile of tabs there.
When you click on File Types, it lists basically every kind of movie and video file that you can
An
have.
audio file, yeah.
Even really old ones. I mean, the old timers are going to remember FLAC files and
Wow.
stuff like that, right? But what does
Do you
allow-
remember FLAC files?
I do. I've been around for a long. I'm an old timer.
Boy, you're
I'm an
older,
old-
you're
I'm-
older than me then.
I'm one of those guys that when you get a nose hair, you can brush it in your mustache and nobody
Oh,
notices it.
no.
Okay, so now that I've really freaked you out, you go to File Type, right? And you click
I'm
on
glad
the
I
one.
don't see you getting ready for work in the morning.
You can actually click on the ones that you want to have it set. So if you
Yes.
want to pop a music CD into your computer and you want it to automatically play Windows Media Player, you would actually click on the media player,
Right.
and then you click on Apply.
Or you can, if you want everything to open in Windows
Go
Media
for
Player,
Select
yeah,
All.
Select all.
Yeah, Select All will now select everything, and when you click Apply and OK, it means from now on your computer, when you double-click on an icon that is an audio-video file, it's going to launch Windows Movie Player.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Now, this doesn't work just for those kinds of applications. One of the other ones is Internet Explorer. Okay?
Okay.
If you install Internet Explorer and then you go off and install another browser, which I'll launch here, called Firefox, and then you go ahead, like I do, and have 3 and launch another one called Opera, you now have 3 web browsers.
You never have enough browsers.
You can
when it
never have
comes to
enough
you.
browsers. Now here's a neat trick. If you take your mouse down here and right mouse button and go horizontal, did you know you could do that? There's all
I
3
didn't
browsers.
know it could do that. When did you learn that?
Years ago. I just didn't share. That was my little secret.
Oh,
so I'm going
okay.
to go
Oh, so it's that way.
and then vertically. Now the neat
Okay.
thing about vertically is that you can have multiple applications like Word and so forth and see them
Okay.
across.
Okay.
So
How
back
did you
to
do this
my-
again?
You
just
take your
right-clicked
mouse,
on the toolbar.
right click somewhere blank on the toolbar,
Yeah.
and you'll see here you have an option, tile windows horizontally, tile windows vertically, or cascade the windows, which brings them all in kind of like a card format. Okay?
Wow.
It's been around for years inside of Windows. Now the reason I show that is that now there's my Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer works the same way, where you actually can go in underneath Tools and then Options and tell it that Windows Internet Explorer is your default browser.
Right.
Okay, because now that I installed Firefox, every time I click on a link inside of Outlook,
Opens in
it
Firefox.
automatically opens in Firefox.
Right.
So you can go and actually say, this is my default browser. Or what I like to do every now and then is restore all the defaults. You can
Yeah.
go through and fix those up,
Yep.
but that'll fix it as well.
Okay.
Okay, so that's basically, and actually, it's not Halloween yet, but
Who
that's
made
the
that
happy-
nice theme?
the theme for our website. As we go out to break,
It
we're
is
actually going to
October.
pull up our website.
It is
It's
October.
October.
Yes.
So you have a Halloween theme.
Not there.
I will pull it up
Yes,
for you
need
so that
to
we
turn
can
the-
show it.
Turn the Halloween theme
On our website, we can pull up Deb's brand new theme for
No,
Halloween.
other one.
This is a Halloween?
Yeah, that's a Halloween, the pumpkin one.
Okay, so I'll pull this up as we head out. When we come back, we're going to take a look at file types again.
Yeah.
and stay with it.
And you can see our themes at www.thecomputermechanics.com.
Explore local attractions, visit the best restaurants in the region, go places, and meet people with Durham Living. Hosts Carolyn Ellis and Jerry Archer will continue to inform and entertain. Durham Living, weekdays at 2 p.m. only on Rogers Television. There's lots happening in Durham region every day. First local news crews hit the streets to gather news stories relevant to you, from the decisions at city councils to the latest attractions and events. If it's happening in Durham region, it's on First Local, weekdays on Rogers Television.
Think being a big sister means you have to spend all day stuck in a library? Think again. Share a little magic. Call Big Brothers Big Sisters. 1-800-263-9133.
Escape each week with Wings Over Canada and watch award-winning pilot and host John Lovelace uncover some of Wilderness Canada's best-kept secrets. Fly with us as we travel coast to coast, finding the hidden gems and unsurpassed beauty that Canada has to offer. With Wings Over Canada, the sky's the limit. Sundays at 1 p.m.
First off, we talked about file types, okay?
Right.
So we kind of showed you that not only in Windows Media Player, but in Windows Internet Explorer, in Netscape, in WordPerfect, and Microsoft Word, all of these applications have the ability for you to go underneath a Tools Options, or sometimes called Tools Preferences,
Right.
and set it so that it is the master application. So when you double-click...
Opens by default.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, let's go into a little place that everyone should have on their computer. If you're running Windows XP, for some reason they decided the only icon you need on your desktop is the recycle bin.
Yeah, when you first install it, yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
understand that concept.
No.
So if you don't happen to have a folder on your computer called My Documents, here's how you get it.
In XP.
Take your mouse up to the top, click on the right mouse button, okay? Go to Properties. You're right, in Windows 98 it's there,
Right.
ME it's there.
Yeah, it's just Windows XP.
You click on Desktop,
Yeah.
and you're going to see a funny little button down here called Customize
Now
Desktop.
you can see there now something has overtaken all of your graphic files. They don't open in Internet Explorer, they open in something else. But anyway, continue on.
Okay, all right, you lost me there.
Okay, I figured I did.
I'm going to click on Customize
Yes.
Desktop.
Yes.
And I'm going to check off My Documents, My Computer, My Network, and Internet Explorer.
Check off. Wasn't he on Star Trek?
I love Star
Okay,
Trek.
yeah, I know.
But we can't say that. That just cost us $10,000. Okay, so we hit the check mark, right?
We had a space show.
We check these ones off, and then you click on OK. And what's going to happen is now you're going to have these icons available to you.
Yeah.
These icons are extremely important because the way Windows works is that when you create a picture, when you create a file, it likes to store it underneath My Documents.
Right.
Okay, so it just makes sense that underneath My Documents you're going to see something called My eBooks. Okay, My eBooks stand for electronic books,
Right.
audio books, books that read to you. Correct, and then you've got like My Games. Okay, then you come down here and you've got like different applications will put things underneath My Documents.
Okay.
Why am I going on about this? Well, I'll tell you. Is that when you back up your system,
Right.
the most important folder to back up is the My Document folder.
Yes, and that's what
okay?
most shops go for when they back up your machine.
It is. Like if you bring your computer into a shop or someone comes over to help you or you're doing it yourself, which you definitely can,
Right.
the My Documents folder is the one that stores all of your data, like everything that I have
Most of
created.
it, a good
most
part of it. Yes.
So like under My Pictures, when I click on that, you'll see all kinds of pictures of us and the family, right?
Whole bunch of funny
Just
looking
different
people.
pictures that I've got happen. Like, yeah, funny looking people.
Yeah, funny looking
there we
people.
go.
There,
Pull up
yeah,
a
funny
picture.
looking people.
Ta-da!
There you go.
Okay. So like, there's a picture of Deb behind some green screen.
Okay, that's
okay?
enough.
Now, the reason I show these is that I'm looking at these. Now, why do these pictures, there's actually a police car that was up on the street. It took a video of it, right? So there's a video. Notice it's running in Windows Media Player,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now, the neat thing about that, what was that? That was the Durham Regional Police car that drives around parking lots and can read license
Checks plates number, yeah.
Yeah, so I
plate
had to
numbers.
definitely get a shot of that.
Oh, yeah.
So, but the neat
Very
thing
cool
is
vehicle.
that I named that, notice I named it truck plate or plate truck.
Plate truck.
Okay, I come down here, I got a picture of you and I on your birthday.
No.
Okay, there we go. I love this picture. Very good picture.
Look
Okay.
at you suck it up.
There you go. I'm sucking up.
Oh, boy.
Okay, how to get out of the doghouse real quick.
Yeah.
Now, you'll notice it says Amanda Deb Les birthday.
Amanda
Okay.
Chris Deb Les.
Which means absolutely nothing.
To anybody else but us.
Okay, so on the basis of the My Document folder, you have some pictures on your camera. You decide to bring those pictures over from your camera into the system.
Right.
What is the most widely named file on everyone's computer?
Untitled.
Untitled, okay? The
You have a whole machine full
I
of
have it
untitled.
untitled. So I'm asking everyone to actually go in, like this one here says image001.jpg.
Right.
Okay? I say the .jpg because the JPG
JPEG.
stands for JPEG.
JPEG.
It tells the computer system. All those things after the dot tells the computer system what kind of file you're opening.
And how to open it.
How do I rename that file? Two ways.
You
Okay.
right-click on it,
Right-click,
left-click rename.
and then I go down to rename way down here, and then I type in now, this is empty place. Okay, that's what I'm going to name this one.
Okay.
But the thing is, I can't change that extension, so that's my fault.
Okay.
Because I'm changing the file type by changing that
You
extension.
messed up.
I did. Empty
Try again.
place, and I hit enter, and now the file will be named empty place. Okay. The picture. Here's a picture of Deb. Now it's a sideways picture, so there's a sideways. I want it the other way. Other way,
thanks.
Other way. Other way. Ta-da! Okay, so I know that's a
Oh,
picture
my
of
head.
Deb. I won't save it, but I can again rename it. I can
Yes.
rename Deb.jpg.
No, you got so
There's
many
already a
of
file
those.
name there,
Yes.
so I have to use a different name.
Yes.
But the idea being is that you can rename your files. Now here I am looking at all these pictures. Let's say I want to do a whole bunch of them.
Right.
If I take my mouse up here and click on views, I can change the view of the pictures I'm looking at into details.
Right.
Which means over here it shows me all the text right up this line, okay?
And
I
the
can,
extensions.
And then I can go through and rename them. It also tells me the file type.
Okay.
What a lot of people don't realize is that when I'm inside of here, I can click on name and it will now sort everything
Alphabetically.
alphabetical order.
Right.
I click on
Always
it.
puts folders first. In the
Perfect.
list.
I click on it again, it will now sort it reverse alphabetical order.
Right, so starting from Z.
Ascending, descending. Okay? Same thing for size. I can see what the biggest file in this whole folder is by clicking on size, and boom, the biggest one comes to the top, right? I can also click on type. Real great benefit there is it allows me to say I want all my GIF files. I click on the first one, move my mouse down to the bottom one, hold the shift key down and click. I've got all of those.
Right.
So there's all my GIF files, and I can now take those and put them elsewhere.
Is it GIF or GIF?
GIF.
Yeah. I always call it GIF.
Tomato, tomato.
Oh, okay.
But look at the JPEGs I have. I got one all the way up here, all the way down to the bottom.
Millions.
Millions of JPEGs.
Millions.
But I can adjust these JPEGs, right? Now the other one, really useful, I sort it by date.
Okay.
So let's say you know for a fact you got a picture called Untitled. You did it on last year. You took the shot last year, September
Right.
something. If you sort by date, now you can actually sort ascending, descending by date.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
That's cool.
Extension. Let's talk about extension. We're talking about the last 3 digits after a file name, which tells the computer what kind of file it is. BMP, Deb, what's a BMP file?
Bitmap.
What's an RAR file?
RAR. It's
A RAR.
zipped.
Kind of like a compressed file, a bunch of files inside of one. What is a zip file?
This is a test.
It is. What's a zip file?
Another form of compressed file.
What's a PPT file?
PowerPoint.
What's an XLS file?
Excel.
What's a WKS file?
Works.
Lotus 123, which hasn't been around for an awful long time.
WKS is a Works, Microsoft Works file.
Well, WK1 is Lotus 123, newer, and when it went into Windows. Not that it's important, but just the fact that
But
it's...
then again, now you're just showing the fact that you're older than me again.
Yes, I am. But what I'm saying is that file names and the extensions at the end. Problem is when programs overlap and end up using the same 3 extensions at the end, which isn't supposed to happen, but it does.
Yeah, does that actually happen?
It does. What's a PLS file?
I don't
A
know.
Windows Movie Playlist file.
Okay.
But it's also an MYOB accounting file.
Oh,
Not that, it's just so that there can be some confusion there.
that could be trouble.
Staying in this same folder, if I click here and I go to list,
Yeah.
again it shows me, but it takes out all that extra detail.
Okay.
Click here again, go to icons, and it
Yes.
shows me all the different icons. Click there again and go to thumbnails. Now it'll show me my pictures again so I can see all the pictures.
Okay.
Let's pull up this lovely $1 million that we won.
Oh, the one that said this person is as bogus as this note. Oh,
There you go. There's Deb on a $1 bill. And you know
You're
what?
mean.
I did not do that on purpose. I had no idea that it said that this person is
sure
as
you
bogus
did.
as the
Yeah,
note.
right.
And some people like soccer. I've got one in here of
Why don't
youth
you
soccer.
see what I do to your picture? Wait till
There
you
you
go
go.
to bed.
There we go.
Oh.
So I guess we can kind of go out with
What
this
are you
one
doing
for
to
fun.
me?
There you go.
Oh, come on.
I was playing around with the software package, and because you're the closest one to me, I thought, you know what? I
You know
love
what?
this picture. Let's modify it a little bit.
You are not allowed to stay up alone by yourself at night anymore.
When we
That's
come
it.
back, we're going to tell you how we did this. See you
Oh.
shortly.
I'm Brooke Fontaine in the First Local studio, and here are some of the stories we're working on for this Wednesday, October 12th. Officers at Lake Ridge Health released long-awaited details of the Davidson report completed several years ago. One Oshawa counselor is questioning why it hadn't been made available to the public. Chris Terrio investigates. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society is battling cancer with the help of some truly inspirational women. The society is preparing for its annual fundraiser this Friday. And in sports, the Durham College men's and women's volleyball teams were both in action Tuesday night against Loyalist. Steve Colterman will have the highlights and post-game reaction from both sides. In weather, a 70% chance of light rain, high of 13 and a low of 10. We'll have the full Durham forecast and these stories tonight on First Local.
He can be funny, witty, entertaining, and he definitely knows the right questions to ask. Greg Rist interviews local personalities, bringing you their stories, goals, and inspirations. One-on-one, weekdays at 2:30 p.m. only on Rogers Television.
Your World Right Now, only on Rogers Television, Durham Region.
Just to finalize on file types, okay? We've been focusing on different file types. So every application you use, be it a family tree program, be it a recipe program that we had seen today,
Right.
different kinds of programs use different file types. All it means is that when you see a picture like this one that's on my desktop right now, and it says October 4th, PPT, we know that's a PowerPoint file.
PowerPoint, yes.
How do you know it as well? Well, notice the little picture that's associated with the file.
the icon.
Kind of looks like what's going to happen when you double click on it.
Right.
So if I double click on that, that opens up a PowerPoint presentation.
Right.
Now, one of the things I wanted to show was a little program that I came across.
What did you find this week?
It's fun.
Fun
I haven't registered it because I'm not sure if I'm going to end up purchasing it.
Okay.
But someone said, what kind of program can I have that that will allow
won't
us
expire.
that won't expire?
Is this where you made me into a soccer ball?
It is. Let me show you the results. Basically, it brings up a template for it. You can get a 30-day trial or 7-day trial. Mine's
Apparently
expired.
it's 7 days.
And what it allows you to do is to actually take someone's photograph, okay, and to actually just put their picture into different kinds of scenes and
Put your
different kinds of
foot to
areas.
them.
No, it was soccer. It was all done. You know, like then you can do things like this. This is a beautiful collage that was made out for my sister.
That's
okay?
nice. That's
you know,
nice.
she's a nurse.
Yeah.
She's a family person
Yeah, that's
on
nice.
trips. And this is a lovely photo that we used. We took all the photos and kind of made a collage out of it. Okay.
That's great, actually.
But it's what you can do with your pictures.
Yeah.
There's someone actually pulled in Melvin.
Funny.
I'm not sure if everyone's seen this or not, but made it on the board. There's our only viewer.
Yes, that's our, yeah.
This is Melvin, our
one-
only viewer, and he is
number one
watching the
fan.
show
Yeah.
on. People do very strange things for us for
do.
some reason.
They do.
Now, just to kind of mention, we're going to take a look at another one. I apologize, guys. I didn't register this, and but you can make people into soccer balls.
Apparently.
I'm going to open up a folder because we are going to show at some point how to clean up your icons and your desktop and all of that. More stuff on your desktop, so your computer is going to run. We're going to launch into a lovely program that Deb has, and you've got all the boxes over there. What do we got, Deb?
I do. I have actually software made by Phantom EFX, and these are all games. And you know, a lot of people like to play, you know, slot machines, card tables, things like that. Things that you'd find in a casino, but they don't want to spend their dough.
But the average thing happens when you go to a casino. You lose your house.
You lose your car.
You lose your car.
You lose your children. No.
Yeah, all of a sudden. And, you know, but the thing is, these cost, how much are they a piece?
You know, you can get them at, these two came from EB Games, and they were like $19.99 a piece.
So for
there's-
$20.
Yeah, there's got to be 20 slot machines in these games, each.
Now,
okay?
are they as addictive as going down, like you hear all the time about these video machines, right?
Definitely, yes.
Now,
they are.
The big one seems to be Real Deal, okay?
Yes,
And,
they're all real deal. They're just different versions, different slot machines.
But there's an addition to this.
Yeah,
these are the slot machines.
These two are a couple of the originals. They've been out for a little while. The two new ones that they just released at the beginning of September,
Brand new.
brand spanking new.
Seen
They
it
were-
at first. Computer
Yeah.
Mechanics
Phantom,
exclusive.
Phantom was kind enough to send us copies of these. First, you've got Real Deal Vegas Casino Experience.
Okay.
This actually installs a lobby. What it essentially does is it's like Sims, but it's a casino, right?
Okay.
It's very cool. You can go in, you get points, you can buy your own hotel suite or rent your own hotel suite. You put pool tables in them and furniture and everything. Invite people up.
And this is all
it's very,
online.
very cool. All online. Now there is a monthly subscription to play online.
Okay.
But you can play them offline if you don't want to sign up and pay the money.
Okay,
For it.
so basically, you can pay to go to a casino that you can't win any money in. Okay.
But it's fun.
And it's called
fun,
Real
fun.
Deal?
Real Deal. This was released at the same time, and this is just an add-on package of slot machines.
And this is a slot, Real Deal, and we'll see you next week.
Call the Rogers Television Viewer Response Line at 905-436-3500